All right, hi everybody. It is Wednesday, March the 12th, 2025. I'm meteorologist David Glenn. I want to give you a brief update on what we're looking at heading into the weekend as far as any updates from our previous updates that we had yesterday regarding the severe threat. That threat remains in place. Things continue to be a little bit more concerning as we watch the pieces fall into place. But of course, things can still change between now and then. So please understand that both timing, location, strength of this entire system can still change, but we're tracking that for you. Again, Bill Race will be filling in for me on air today during the evening hours. This will just be a brief afternoon update. I'll be back in this studio and in the News Channel 9 studio again for tomorrow. But I didn't want to leave you hanging from our update from yesterday. I want to make sure you were informed. And again, this is not to scare anybody. These broadcasts I do hopefully are helpful to understand what we're looking at, what goes into the forecast, and what we're watching. I don't want anybody scared about that. I don't want anybody panicking either. Panicking is just not a good thing. When it comes to severe weather, your best thing to do is to make sure you've got a plan. Make sure you got multiple ways of receiving alerts, like the Storm Track 9 app, but also NOAA Alert Radio. Be sure you got fresh batteries in it and it's programmed correctly for your county. Making sure that you are aware and alert, getting those valuable alerts, and having a plan can help you out in situations like that. So spend the time in the days ahead before we get to Saturday going over that plan with your family. And if you've been prepared, we'll get through this. All right? So again, I'm just here to let you know what's happening, and again, not to cause any panic whatsoever. I know there's a lot of noise out there. You get a lot of information from a variety of sources, and I appreciate you coming to this page, and I'll keep you updated. So please like my page if this is shared to you. Also like our YouTube channel, which is this is shared to you as well. Just click and subscribe. You'll get updates also. So let's get right to it. We'll talk about the nice day today, then how things will progressively change through the course of the next several days. And we'll keep an eye on that severe threat, as now we're having the higher resolution regional models in that time frame. Once you're within 60 to 84 hours into the regional models, higher resolution, then you get into the more fine detailed, even higher resolution under 60 hours out. So we'll start seeing those trickle into that time frame starting later today, and especially tomorrow, get a little bit more handle on the fine details, because there could be an area of low pressure developing to our south and west. There could be some morning showers that stabilize things, or if the morning showers don't move in, it doesn't stabilize things. It could change the dynamics altogether of the afternoon route. So there are many variables going on. So nothing's really set in stone right now. Any forecaster will tell you that there's a lot of uncertainty, but we just know that looking at all the ingredients that are there, there's that potential for severe storms, not just locally, but the entire southeast region. So it's something to watch very carefully. The finer details and timing will become clear tomorrow and again for Friday. All right, so let's take a look first of all at the temperatures out there right now, and it's pretty warm. It's a nice early spring day, and I should mention that today is also the anniversary, 32 years ago, that the blizzard of 93 started. Everybody remembers that. That's the benchmark storm that everybody basically measures every snowfall since then. They all want the 2 feet of snow back again. I was here for that. I was working at WRCB at the time here in Chattanooga, and logged a lot of long hours during that storm, before, during, and after. So I remember it very, very well. This time we're talking about something completely different, more of a spring-like situation. So looking at temperatures right now, we have temperatures mostly low to mid 70s. We're going to climb easily into the upper 70s. A few areas may even get close to 80 before the afternoon is over. That would be pretty cool to reach that 80 degree mark, if you like warm weather. Tomorrow won't be nearly as warm, as we get some showers moving in, but nothing severe. Here's our current weather maker. We have high pressure that is now centered off the eastern Gulf Coast. That is the west coast of Florida, eastern Gulf, how you look at it. This is our next weather maker right here, moving in. It's going to slide off to the east. Not a big rainmaker at all. It's going to provide some showers tomorrow. There's a little bit of severe threat down where this arrow is showing, Birmingham, Atlanta, but it's a very low end, level 1 risk. We may have a rumble of thunder here and there tomorrow afternoon and evening, but not a severe threat at this time. So we jump ahead, and we're looking at, first of all, that first severe threat. That's on Friday night. Let me emphasize, for us, this threat would mainly be early Saturday morning. So during the day, Friday and late Friday night, it's mainly here. You can draw a line on I-65 and west. That level 2, level 3 risk is there for us. It's a low end. We'll be getting the tail end of that first round of showers and storms coming by Saturday morning. There's a lot of questions on how much that holds together, how much of that gets to us. And it's that much that gets to us that can either help cool the atmosphere, stabilize a little bit more, or if it just basically falls apart, it doesn't help. So that's one of the big question marks for Saturday. But either way, this for us is level 1. It's mainly for the early morning hours of Saturday, as what's left of this line moves off to the east. As you can see, there's a pretty high potential. They don't break down the damaging wind and tornado parameters like 2%, 5% on a day 3 outlook. That's on mainly day 1, day 2. So the SPC puts this out as far as percentages of that happening. In the hatched area here from Nashville to Memphis, that's your highest likelihood through Friday night. And again, we're catching just a tail end of that. That's the first initial round. Then we shift our attention to Saturday, which again, this has not changed much at all. It's still in a percentage category. Once we get to tomorrow, more than likely, if they keep this, a 30% in the day 4 parameter equates to an enhanced level 3. So as you draw closer day 1, 2, 3, then you start getting the more breakdowns of the category, the percentages. So right now, it's still just kind of a broad category. This has not changed much from yesterday at all. So this is Wednesday. This has not changed much from Tuesday. 30% chance overall, already putting us in that enhanced category. I have a feeling that once they put us in the day 3 tomorrow, or late tonight for tomorrow, the outlook for Saturday will probably at least be a level 3, maybe a little bit higher, especially south and west. A lot of energy down there, and it's very close to our neck of the woods. So we're going to have to watch this really, really carefully. So again, just to reiterate, and we've been weather alert for Saturday since Monday. We've talked about this threat since last week. So nothing has changed. Our concerns remain. All modes of severe weather are possible. Strong wind gusts. It's going to get windy starting Friday night, and Saturday. This is not associated with storms yet. They'll be in the 30, 40 mile an hour range and then jump up with some storms above severe criteria, which gets above 60 to as high as 70. And then, of course, even stronger if you get some strong storms, isolated tornadoes within that. That's something like that to see. Also, heavy rainfall is going to be something else to watch as we start shifting gears from severe during the evening to heavy rain during the overnight Saturday night. So we'll watch that early morning round. There's a big question mark on that, on how much that'll impact us, and then greater chance afternoon and evening. I would say, 2 p.m. to midnight in that window there. Some models are a little faster, some models are a little bit slower. So you have to understand that timing can still change being 3 days out. So here's our future track going through late today. I think we'll go a little bit warmer than that. Temperatures will make it mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow we're going to wake up to temperatures upper 40s to around 50. It's going to be a little bit milder. Temperatures upper 40s to around 50. Going through the day Thursday, showers will start moving in. This is not an all-day thing, okay? So if you got to work outside or have outdoor plans, there's a lot of sports going on this time of year, baseball, softball games, and whatnot. I understand that, track meets. There's going to be some showers out there, but watch how we go through the afternoon, early evening. It's just scattered. And we may see a little bit more of that coming up tomorrow evening. You can see this shows the potential of a little heavier band of showers, maybe some embedded thunder there. Severe threat again tomorrow is pretty low, but we may have that kind of swing on through tomorrow evening. So we'll keep an eye on that for tomorrow evening. Of course, overnight Friday night is a big lunar eclipse. That's about 1:30 a.m. That's about the lunar eclipse time, so clouds could be a factor. Hopefully get some breaks. And of course, that's just a model speculation. There could be one leftover band of showers there during the night. Most of Friday is dry. However, Friday becomes breezy, borderline windy, as wind gusts start picking up from the south in advance of our huge weather maker, which by then is going to be off to the west. But notice through Friday afternoon, for all that severe threat west, not much going on for us Friday afternoon. Friday evening, okay, but this is where we start getting the question marks. See, this particular model doesn't show a lot for Saturday morning. It doesn't mean that it won't, but that's just showing that particular model. So if we don't get a lot of rain, may not be much stabilization there for the morning hours. One other thing is we're going to have a wind coming in here from the east and southeast, which may keep us cooler than areas to the west. So that's another variable that could either play a part of holding our heat potential down, keeping us cooler. So there's a couple of things, pieces to the puzzle that will have to be seen as we go through the day on Saturday. There could be limiting factors to severe weather on Saturday. So there's a lot of question marks there, more questions than answers at this point. Here are the future track wind gusts. This is starting Friday morning. Notice Friday afternoon, we start seeing gusts 20 to 30. And this is going to continue through Friday night, even away from any storms. These are just going to be gusts because the big pressure gradient or the pressure difference between where we are and this big, massive low pressure of the plain states. It'll be as strong as a Cat 1 or Cat 2 hurricane. I don't think to the extent of what we had last week, but still some strong gusts nevertheless. And that'll continue right up to Saturday morning, as we get to the chance of storms. So even on Saturday, you're going to have gusts 30 to 40 outside any storms, and of course, notched up a bit more as you get some of the storms coming in. This is the GFS model. Now, I'm showing you this because the first one I showed you didn't show a lot of rain for Saturday morning. This is the GFS. It shows a little bit more wider swath of showers first thing Saturday morning. So it does indicate there's that chance. You see a little model difference there. Once we get to around midday, after that first round has gone on by, we start watching this area down here. So beyond midday Saturday into the afternoon, this is where things will start cooking, down to the south and west over Alabama back through Mississippi. And we could have a couple things happen here. As the flow picks up from the south, you could have individual severe storms during the afternoon Saturday ahead of a main line. So we got to watch for that potential. And then a main line coming by late evening through the early stage of the overnight hours. And within that line, again, you can have severe storms, quick spin up, isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. But it's those individual cells or supercells in advance of the line, if those form, those tend to have a higher tornado threat and higher severity threat. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Either way, most of this does move out overnight. Saturday night, by Sunday morning, things are drier, things are better. So the second half of the weekend looks a whole lot better than Saturday. I showed you this on Tuesday. This is the helicity index, which breaks down kind of a composite index between shear, or the change in direction with height of wind, and the speed. I mean, the winds up above us are going to be racing throughout the day on Saturday through Saturday night. And then storms can tap into that and bring those strong winds down to the surface. And with that change in direction with height, that's rotation, that's spin. So you got that high rate of spin, it can lead to severe thunderstorm development and even produce isolated tornadoes. So this gauge gives us an idea of where that energy lies. Where is it? Well, in this case, Saturday morning, if this model is correct, you got to keep in mind, this is all hypothetical being a model right now. Most models are indicating this, that this is going to be where things will start percolating here in Mississippi and Alabama. So why it's quite concerning. We'll have to see if that remains in place, if any of the morning round of showers and the cooler temperature stabilize things a bit. But you can see this is where the highest energy lies Saturday morning. And I got one more pause point here into the afternoon. This is where things really start building up Saturday afternoon. And notice again, our viewing area, if this model is correct, there's quite a difference between the city and south and the city and north. The green's a lot better. Down here is where these indexes are sky high. So you're looking at outbreak potential of tornadoes here from Mississippi through Alabama. But what's interesting is by Saturday afternoon, that energy between the afternoon and early evening wanes a little bit. So it starts shifting to the south a bit. We'll have to see if that holds. That would bring more of that energy down to the south through early to mid Saturday evening. So we'll still be dealing with a lot of shear aloft, but lesser of that energy. And then going through overnight, the energy kind of zaps away. So it really peaks out there. I'll move this cursor back if I can. Let me go back one frame. So you can see, go during the morning hours, but then it's the afternoon where that energy really peaks and then kind of starts pushing away during the early to mid stage of the afternoon. And again, that's awfully close to our viewing area where that's building up. Our southern half of our viewing area more impacted than the north, at least from an energy point of view. But that, again, a difference of 25, 50 miles is going to make all the difference in the world with this. But that's the reason why there's a lot of concern with this as we move forward. Also, rainfall, we're in that 2 to 3 inch range. Model ensembles still remain 2 to 3. And we're looking at, roughly 1.5 inches, 2 to 3 locally out of this in a short period of time. Our ground is relatively dry. It's also hardened. So there'll be a lot of runoffs, or there could be some flash flooding in spots. And so we're going to have to keep an eye on that factor. That'll be something where we shift gears from severe weather during the evening to one of heavier rain during the overnight hours before it all starts moving on out. And the amounts tomorrow of showers don't look to be all that impressive, to say the least. So let me back up a few frames here. So that, again, my friends, is what we're looking at here as far as the potential. I think your greatest chance, we'll keep an eye on that morning chance Saturday, the highest chance is during the afternoon and the hours. All most severe weather possible. The chance of severe storms and damaging wind gusts. Tornadoes cannot be ruled out. We certainly hope that doesn't happen, but it can't be ruled out. And also hail, large severe hail can't be ruled out either if the severity grows higher and there's not as much stability or stabilizing forces from the morning round. It could make the afternoon round a little bit stronger. So there's still a lot of variables there. Things can still change, and they often do with situations like this. We're watching that, and we'll keep you updated on this through tomorrow, through Friday, and of course, day of, with some more live updates. So that's how it looks for now, folks. Again, I just want to keep you informed as best I can. If you just joined this broadcast late, let this in, then go back and rewatch it. As we kind of cover all the areas. All areas locally are kind of equal footing with this. So I know people are asking, well, what about Hickson? What about Cleveland? What about Dalton? Everybody's kind of equal in this. We're all in that same parameter of kind of a level 3 for now. So if you look at it from a standpoint of energy, yeah, there's a little more energy southern parts locally compared to northern parts, but that's kind of splitting hairs right now because we don't exactly know where that setup's going to be. That can still fluctuate and change. So all areas locally need to watch this very carefully. Again, take the time now, relax, have a plan in your house. Make sure you got multiple ways of receiving weather alerts, okay? And make sure everybody in your house knows that plan. Everybody in my house knows that plan. We've got multiple ways of receiving alerts because I'll be at work. So they have to be alerted. So they know what to do, okay? And make sure you know what to do as well. That's an update for now. Go outside, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday while it's warm. And we'll keep it updated Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. Again, Bill Race will be in studio tonight. I'll be back in studio tomorrow, and more updates when needed. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching.